Hi everybody, welcome to Thomas Time. Welcome to Yellow Couch Time. I really want to encourage you all to hear out what the folks in this video have to say, because it's not very often that leather members of the community who also have a disability really get to voice what's important to them and how their different abilities relate to their kink lives, to their leather lives, or just to their sex lives. On today's episode, we are going to talk to people about consent as it relates to disabilities. While respecting the privacy of the people you're about to see here, I'd like you to open your hearts and minds to what they have to say and consider it for your own communities, because it's really important in this time that everybody feels like they have a place in our community. We're gonna hear from two community members that we know pretty well. Velvet Storm, Miss 2017 New Jersey Leather, what? And one of the most well-known educators in our leather communities, her name is Ignixia. So, without any further ado, let's see what they have to say, shall we?
Hi, this is Miss New Jersey Leather 2017, Velvet Storm, and today I'm going to talk about consent, but consent dealing with an invisible disability. I am diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, and health-wise I have fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia basically is I have pain all over my body, and systemic lupus erythematosus. When it comes to me being out in the community, I need people to keep their distance until I'm comfortable. Never assume that you can come and give me a big bear hug or, slap me in the back. One, I didn't give you consent to touch my body. Reason being, it's a dangerous situation, especially someone suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. I will end up hurting you. Not intentionally, but it's a reflex. So consent is not implied in dealing with me. When you see me out in the community, ask me. I'm not a scary person. I'm actually a fun-loving person. This also goes to my service dog, Louie. Now, Louie is a wonderful German Shepherd, but his main goal is to be my protector, to be my watcher, because he senses when people are dangerous. Never think that you can touch my dog. This is another place where consent is very important. And if I'm in a setting where I know I'm safe and he can be a normal dog, I will take the vest off of him. However, if you touch him before I can get a word out, you are interrupting him working. He's going to sense the anxiety once you touch him. With him, it's never an implied. Never assume that you can touch me or him or anyone else.
Hi everyone, I'm Ignixia. I'm a lifestyle BDSM and kink educator, and I've taught pretty much all over the US and a little bit of outside the country as well. This is Kaylee. She's my service animal. She's a Belgian Tavern, for those that are wondering. First thing that I'm going to talk about is a common misconception of service animals, and that is that they don't have to wear a marking that says that they're a service animal. A lot of times you will see dogs with markings or different service animals with markings just because it makes it easier for other people to tell that that is a service animal. Things that you can find out about service animals: if you are in charge of a business or an organization and you're worried about a service animal coming in and finding out whether they're a service animal or not, you can ask if it's a service animal. You can ask that. So you can't ask, what's wrong with me? That's a terrible question to ask. But you can just, hey, is that a service animal? What kind of tasks do they provide? But you can't ask for proof of any of that. Don't touch me or my service animal without permission. It seems like it's a basic consent issue. People still have a hard time wrapping their head around it. I mean, come on, when you see this cute little face, who doesn't want to come up and give her some love? I'm allowed to say yes to some people and no to some people. You don't know what's going on. Maybe they're considering getting a service animal as well. Maybe it's somebody that's part of my family. There's a whole lot of situations that play into why my service animal might be interacting with one person and not another. I understand that a lot of times people will try to check in and go, hey, what's going on? Or you've got a cane today. And a certain level of asking is fine. I appreciate a certain level of, hey, are you okay? I noticed that there's a difference today. That's fine. What is not okay is, oh my god, what happened? Be concerned, but not over dramatic. Part of that also plays into that just because I don't have my cane that day doesn't mean that I'm faking it when I do. Don't automatically assume that I can't do something because of my pain or disability. Don't try to push the assistance. There are quite a few events and play spaces that have gotten really good about making sure that their attendees that have different mobility issues are able to get in and out easier. But there are also still quite a few that are set up so that they unfortunately can't fit a wheelchair through. And this becomes its own issue. If you're trying to get to a dungeon space and your favorite piece of equipment is way in the back corner and you've got to do this just to get through everything, that may not be the easiest thing when you've got a wheelchair or a cane or crutches or any of those types of mobility issues. When you're planning those spaces out, if you can, try to give a couple extra feet so that somebody can easily navigate those spaces. I know it's tough. We're trying to cram as much kink into one space as we possibly can, but I promise you, your attendees with disabilities and mobility issues will thank you, and they'll be very much appreciated when it means that they don't have to trip over things. A lot of play spaces won't allow dogs or service animals of different kinds because they're afraid that a whip's going to crack or somebody's going to scream and the dog's going to go crazy. What you've got to remember is that these dogs are trained to not respond to those extra stimulus. My partner and I throw whips all the time. Kaylee will sleep right through it. So if you are a handler or if you have a service animal, make sure that you are exposing them to those kinds of sounds if you can. That way, when you go to a play space, they're more likely to be allowed in. It's kind of one of those you've got to sit down and have a conversation if you can. If you are wanting to go somewhere and you're not sure that your space is going to allow your service animal, ask. They might want to see that the dog's not going to react to a whip crack or react to somebody screaming. And part of that just comes down to being able to show that you really do have control over what your animal's doing. I hope that this little bit about chronic pain and disabilities and service animals has helped. And if you've got any more questions, please feel free to reach out. If you are looking for more information on service animals and the requirements of such, visit www.ada.gov. www.ada.gov. Alright, bye!
Last thing I want to say is before you finish watching this video today, I really hope that you will take a second and do two things. One, like this video. It's awesome. You know it is. Two, go ahead and shoot me an email over at lindsayschaefer@gmail.com. Find me on Facebook as Thomas Time. Find me. And then I want you to send me a contribution video for Yellow Couch Time, talking about how consent relates to your leather life, because it relates to us all. Also, before this video is over, I do want to give a huge shout out to Maggie. She did this piece that you see right here. It's brand new. If you haven't seen it yet, that means that you're not on my Instagram. So go find me on Instagram, Thomas Leatherboy, and check it out. It's beautiful. She did an amazing job, and I am so grateful. Thanks for being a good boy. Whoa. peeled out there, buddy.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you haven't already, subscribe to become part of this leather family. And I'll see you next time on Thomas Time.